Hello, I'm Ben Roberts, EMEA Content Director for License Global, and welcome to the very first License Global Fast Chat. Today we're talking with Alan Vele, CEO of AL1, and Domenico Luciano, Senior Advisor, Marketing and Licensing for AL1. Alan and Domenico, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for your introduction, and we are really proud to see you here.
Brilliant. So, the format for this fast chat is exactly that. It's fast. We have 15 minutes to gain an insight into your brand, your projects, and your expertise. So let's jump into your work as an animation and production studio. But somewhat left field, we're going to start with movies and gaming. What do the two mediums mean to you, and how do they impact your work?
Okay, just to explain what we are doing, we have to tell that game for movies and movies for games is our main payoff. In some way, we synthesize what we are doing in terms of production for our IPs. And it's very huge vision about what we are doing, because we, in some way, all the industrial movement is going through common points between movies and games. So coming from our experience in audiovisual, VFX and animation, we begin to think we have to do something for game and movies in the same time. So beginning from the topic and film analysis through the market, international market, we begin to work to the properties in which we can apply the buff way to work and to communicate and to sell. So we watch buff the market. And so when we create the property, we begin to give to us to a lot of a question about the IP, thematic, and so on. Also, all the market is going to common points in terms of tasks and pipelines. So we have to follow this indication from the market. And so we are working in this way. The first way by which I can explain what we are doing is coming from Crash, the first feature animation of a trilogy about environment we are producing, and the main topic of this, well, the first one, Crash, has been obviously the recycling, the name in some way called the film. And now we are producing Slim and Spark, the super dynamic duo. Slim and Spark are the protagonists of Crash. So when we begin to work in terms of designing, storyline, and blah, 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 all behind a project like an animation movie, we begin to project everything to be able to begin a game. And now we are working to the game. For the second one, Forest, about deforestation, will be the same. We are producing character, story, and so on, able to be a movie and a game from the first time. That's all. That's the way by which I can explain to the audience, to listening us now, what means for us game for movies and movies for games.
I think it's a really good model. I think a lot of people kind of do movies for toys and then toys for movies kind of thing, but movies for games is a really nice new approach to it. And it also links really nicely into another inspiration point for you guys, which is social responsibility and entertainment. How do those two factor into your work?
Yeah, also in this case, we work a lot with payoffs. Also in this case, it's a synthesis. In some way, the first task we do before to begin to project new IP, we just go around the world, markets, movie markets, so film markets. Also, BLE was the experience by which we can learn what licensing industrial worlds are looking for. And social responsibility, and mainly the environment topic, is a very trend topic. So beginning from this point, we think, okay, it's very important to work on social responsibility, but in which way? People, the audience, the family, the kids don't want to have a lesson by IP. So we use the entertainment to sensibilize them. So this is a relation between social responsibility and entertainment. In some way, the entertainment is the genre of what we do, and the social responsibility is the topic that through the entertainment, we sensibilize families about very important instance like environment, like waste recycling, and in the second, future animation about deforestation. Also, if I pitch you in one sentence, the second movie, you feel a video game inside. The video game is the most entertainment product possible on the market, and is mouse, mushrooms, spores, and lichens against the fire in the forest. So there is the enemy and there is the protagonist that can bring our sensibilization to the families.
Well, no, I completely think that the intellectual properties that you actually have are really great for education. So like the forest, I think those kind of characters are really great vehicles to carry across that message of social responsibility, of like ecological responsibility. I mean, let's move on to property management. I mean, how do you cultivate properties and stories to engage different targets?
Thank you, Ben, for your question. Also, for me, it's a great pleasure to be here today with you and have the opportunity to share something about our approach to the property and franchise management in LA1. As Alan mentioned a few minutes ago, the key strength of LA1 is the generation of extremely powerful properties able to speak to the heart and soul of different target audiences. AL1 creates great stories with strong, impactful characters. We know characters are the key players of intense storytelling, inspired by high appealing topics. They are extremely appreciated by our viewers, and all the prizes and awards AL1 is winning all around the world are the clear confirmation of their strength. We know movies are the core, the first and traditional content for AL1. But we want to make our properties more and more relevant for our audiences, and increasing exposure and visibility for our key properties is the crucial milestone for us. This is the first step for the franchise success journey. We are defining and articulating distribution plans for our content through different media and platforms in order to maximize penetration and viewership for our properties. We are starting from theatrical release. We are going to television and all the media and streaming platforms till the digital worlds. We just launched a few weeks ago the first social media accounts for Trash the Movie and Property, and this is only the first step for LA1 in the social arena, which we know will become one of the key growth drivers for our properties. We know our characters have a huge potential in terms of brand extension. We are working, as Alan said, on games development. We are pushing on merchandising, licensing business. We are developing immersive live experiences. Just to give you an idea, we ran a licensing focused survey a few months ago on Trash, and we got extremely positive surprise in terms of outputs. We discovered that people from different age clusters showed a very high affinity with our characters and a strong intention to buy Trash products when available. So just to summarize our point, we create great stories. We have amazing characters. We know they can be a strong driver for significant business opportunities in different markets.
See, that's what I really like about this. You have the education and the heart and soul, as you say, through the movies, and you have these fantastic characters and IP, and then you have this real immersive, as Alan says, you know, this immersive experience through gaming. So there is that lovely kind of arch to it, but you're also discussing a vision for theme parks. So walk me through that a little bit, because we've touched on licensing and immersive experiences, but what is your real vision here to take that further?
Ben, another time, thank you for your question, because for us it's very important and it's amazing to talk about that, because this is most important ideas to be compliant to our vision in terms of social responsibility. Our idea about theme park is we don't want to destroy the environment, to use raw material to entertain people. We want to use the natural park, the urban parks to do our theme parks. In which way? With digital, with QRs, with all the means we have today in digital ways. So there will be a very light impact to build up, but in some way we find an agreement from the parents and the kids of the family, because the parents want bring outside the house the kids, and the kids want to play with devices like phones and tablets, and our park will be only with tablets and only with phones, so everybody can enjoy their life in nature with their own generation. So we are compliant to the parents, we are compliant to the child, we do education using our characters and our properties in a natural environment, avoiding to destroying it. We will have a light impact, because there will be only the place in which you have to rent your tablet and you can play. That's all. And you will have 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours of experience without wasting woods, forest, paper, and so on. So we are really respectful about the environment. We are doing green doing and not greenwashing. So this is the way by which we can demonstrate we are clearly, straightly going through what the world now wants.
I honestly, I love that idea. I think it's fantastic. I mean, unfortunately, that is all we have time for. I really want to learn a little bit more about that. So maybe we'll talk on License Global another time. But in the meantime, thank you, Alan, and thank you, Domenico. That was a really good insight into AL1. And thank you, everyone, for watching. This is Alan and Domenico from AL1, and thank you for watching the License Global Fast Chat.
Thank you, Ben. Just to add something to our audience, you can furtherize what we are telling by the link below. So just watch it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.